morning wood. Let's talk about where we were at when they decided to reschedule cannabis. Oh shit, roll one.
Time to make a statement. I release from the heat like I ran but waiting in. Pussy boy, I came to kill. Money come and go when people change, but y'all can't change the real. Boy, this flow was made to kill. Y'all also fuck the world shit, but ain't down to go and pay the bill. My lady still solid as they come, and I can't fake the feel. But if this shit don't work out, then I'm taking all my eggs and pill. I'm about to hit my peak. You don't be rapping, y'all just speak. It got me biting on my teeth. Y'all really bite, but y'all can't change the skill. The weight is real, deranged and ill to go through all your pain to heal. They say they want they flowers, but can't grow unless it rain a little. Y'all say y'all wanna start, but y'all just playing chill. I done put in my 10,000 hours, got more to go, like a tasteful meal. Got family that'll straight your grill. Cousins facing time in jail, I see myself in them. The selflessness, but now the fed offense is evident. I can't believe I struggle and shock. He used to pull up when we hoop on the block. Throughout the chaos, I just pick up the pen and preach the passionate panic or plan to reach. I'm trying to be bigger than city like limits to show how we did it inside the east. The pride of me, philosophies going through mind and body speaks. If I could be what body or God was to me in college, then it's fine with me. I'm stuck in my dreams. I was dating Liz. She had put me on to the warm-up in the early stages of JIT. I had went to one of his shows. He had 50 people legit. One time it went, and Liz had cheated on me. Fucking bitch, but shit, she put me on this vato with braids in front of a whip. That shit changed my perspective, painted my essence, and gave me direction, and showed me that somebody like me could really go shake shit. Now I got my brother with me, and it's time to make a statement.
Okay, brown boy flying, I can't go out trying. Yeah, my flow like sun, yeah, my soul like I am paranoid when the sirens hit. You and your feelings, I'm in this bitch with a timelessness. You know just where to find a kid. East side with it, my elite rhymes finish. You petite, you retreat, you go tweet out business. I don't shrink, I'm bigger when you blink. I get it, it's the pressure, but I'm better when I know it's time to get it on. Brown boy flying, I can't go out trying. Yeah, my flow like Zion, yeah, my soul like I am paranoia when the sirens hit. You and your feelings, I'm in this bitch for the timelessness. You know just where to find a kid. East side with it, my elite rhymes finish. You petite, you retreat, you go tweet out business. I don't shrink, I'm bigger when you blink. I get it, it's the pressure, but I'm better when I know it's time to get it on.
Right there doing his thing. Brown boy fly, let's go. Marijuana to you. How is everybody out there doing? Marijuana, where were we at today when we found out the news that it is now time? Marijuana has been rescheduled to a 3. We're going to dive in that today. How are we doing out there, though? How are we doing? What are we smoking? What are we smoking out there? What do we think? Man disappeared like Homer in The Simpsons. Who's that? What up, Yummy? How we doing? Smoke Dog out here. What's up, Smoke? Oh shit! Is that Toronto? Is that by Jada? What up there? T-Dot, my man, what's going down? This some Earth Gang right here. That's right. That's right. Marijuana to you guys. Appreciate you popping in, and we will discuss today the news coming out that marijuana is rescheduled now from a 1 to a 3. What does that mean for consumers? What does it mean for the business, the industry? There's been discussions for years, right? I mean, history made, right? 55 years ago, they put marijuana onto a controlled substance in the whole, war on drugs and all this shit, right? 55 years ago. It took 55 years for them to be like, oh, we got that one wrong, didn't we? God damn. Got that one wrong, my bad. And we're still working on it. Look, we still think that it needs to be pushed all the way to just a completely deschedule, right? But progression. Let's see where it's at. Appreciate you popping in here today. Bunch of bull in here. What are you smoking? Vouchy, Mav overseas, Mario in the building. Dope is Kush. What's up? Let's go with some OGCM, some Scotch Bonnet. A little Scotch Bonnet today, because it rhymes, bro. Roll out the last of that Galaxy Toad. Fire. Good shit. Oh, man, what's up? We heard Green Door is not operating right now. I saw that on X. Green Door is not operating, huh? Oh, shit. I heard some bad reviews, though, so we'll see what's up. I've heard good and bad. I don't want to put it out there like I only heard bad. But marijuana to you guys. We do got topics. I do want to bring up, some people talking about what we just witnessed today. History was made. I'll bring up some professionals out here that know more than me about what rescheduling of cannabis means, and just go from there. Just go from there. I think the biggest thing that I took away from it was that we are going to see the ability for 280E. 280E is going to be a... Wait, let me get the right one. My bad. Let me get my shit together over here. Let me get that shit together. Wow. What does this mean? I'm gonna comment on you guys' topics over here. I'm gonna comment on your comments. Yummy. Or no, Tech. Saying it means we're fucked. Says it means Big Pharma is going to take over. Whew. You know, what I wonder is, just like the 2018 Farm Bill, will there be any loopholes? I would say odds are very high that there's some sort of loophole that's going to be discovered in this reschedule. We saw with 2018 Farm Bill where it opened it right up where we could sell weed legally, right? As long as it was below that 0.3 threshold of THC, you can legally sell marijuana across state lines, the internet, gas stations, whoop-de-whoop, federally. States obviously came down and cracked down on that some places. So I'm kind of curious a little bit is what did they leave out on this one? Where did they leave a lane for everybody to get in? Like there was a lane provided in the 2018 Farm Bill. Now it is signed. It's official as a whistle, as they like to say. So before that was signed, there was no reason for lawyers, for cannabis brands, for opportunistic individuals to dive into this bill and understand to the terminology as it is written what is accessible for cannabis to find lanes that they didn't plan on having. It happens all the time. So now we sit back. Who will be the first one to crack the code? What happens with rescheduling altogether? Does it mean Big Pharma comes in and now takes over tech? And what does that mean? Let's talk about what that looks like. When you say pharma comes in and takes over, what does that look like for you? Does that mean they close all the dispensaries across the nation and we start seeing Walmart and Walgreens and all the pharmacies across the nation be the supply? In Utah, it's like that now, actually. In Utah, from what I hear and the little research that I've done, is actually that's how it works out is it's like a pharmaceutical situation. So some states are like, yep, we do this. I'm going to get to some of these comments. It's a bit silly to say medical weed is different from rec weed. It is silly to say that. Unless there's a brand out there that is targeted. But a blanket statement like that? Absolutely not. Tech Trey said, just look at how agriculture is run. Use the Chinese model. If you grow corn, you have to pay the company who owns the strain of corn we all eat. Interesting. But can it be replicated like that, right? Marijuana, oh man, it's interesting. When I say that, to probably a majority of people out there, marijuana can be replicated per scale and not, but I look at it like there's no way you're going to get that same plant, that same energy, the same fucking, batch per batch. You know what I mean? It's not corn. It's not a tomato, right? It's not a potato. Well, but look, man, this is where it gets interesting. This is where it starts to develop and dive in. Will it? Will it get to that point where they can pinpoint and modify and make it where they can fucking genetically engineer or whatever to make sure that when they have this seed, it's the exact same as that other 10,000 seeds that they've got in the bag, and they're going to grow it? Like, can they get to that point with cannabis that they can even replicate the seed to make sure it's the same plant grown each time? Can it be done? I don't think so, right? Science. Let's find out. I need to put down this weed. I'm gonna break up some new wood. Distillate. What'd you say? Distillate only sells with already patented devices owned by big tobacco, recriminalizing growers. Okay, so that's an area, right? And then all of this is an open discussion right now about what we just witnessed for the first time in history. 55 years later from cannabis being scheduled as a 1, it is now today has been rescheduled as a 3. All types of perspectives are going to be out there. This is the type of shit I love to get together and let's discuss it. Blicky out here saying, look, there's patents on these devices now. You're not even going to be able to use the technology in order to put out products. Is that what you're saying? Damn. Look, I just think that they could try to lock it down all they want. They could try to lock that down all they want. But there's going to be entrepreneurs, cannapreneurs, they call them, right? They'll build a different device. Oh, man. Just a thought, though, like, right, where they can say, nah, it's illegal for anyone to put cannabis in a pen, right? Like, you have to have, like, look at, I mean, if you look at the fucking e-cigarettes right now and what they're going through, like they're locking it down where if you want to release an e-cigarette in the States, you've got to go through quite the procedures and pay a lot of money. I've heard it's like, and this is just speculation right now, but I've heard it's like $250 per strain or per flavor in the e-cig world. If you want to regulate and put out things in that world. Yeah, that's a worst case scenario right there, right? Worst case scenario situation is it's over, right? Worst case scenario is like what is being predicted out there is that pharma is going to come take over. Yummy asking, which makes you the person that can apply for the patent or leave it open source? If it gets anything to be like e-cigs, that's going to remove a lot of competition. Like I'm just letting you know, like, I mean, think about it. Across the nation, there's like what? Maybe 30 e-cig companies, maybe, probably less, 10, 15. Like I have familiarity with that world, right? Because I smoke shop experience and whatnot, and there's not a lot of brands that will be able to afford to go through the regulations if that was the case, right? This is all just conversation. We don't know what's happening. Let me repeat that. This is all just conversation. But if it were something where Big Pharma wanted to now say, look, like, in order for you to be in marijuana, you need to go through our regulations, and this is what it is. That would change the game in a fucking crazy way. Skunky, I appreciate that. Back when everyone had stills in the backyard, they started prohibition. Then they passed laws to regulate it. If you don't study history, you're doomed to repeat it. Love that. And I do think that we can look at alcohol and the prohibition with all of that. I do think that we're in a different time now where they could do a lot of shit back in the day without us knowing, right? Without us really being able to voice our opinions. The internet changed the game. A lot more transparency. Who knows? Who knows how shit would be if there wasn't the internet? Tech right here. See, and this is where it's at. If this is where it gets to, look at this. If you want to come out with a new cigar in the market right now, it's going to cost you $500,000. I mean, look at blunt wraps. You look at like the blunt game, the paper game, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of paper. The papers are different. There's a lot of papers out there. You can do an independent paper, so it's a little different there. But for significant papers, there's only a few. You got to fade the wrist, baby. All right, so tech coming out there right there, right? Only big companies can make alcohol. So what if they look at that like with marijuana? They would say, okay, well then only the select few can make concentrates, right? They'll gauge smoking weed as consuming, you know, a joint, as just a leisure, whoop-de-woo. Oh, concentrates? Interesting. Now, we went a direction with it this morning here that all just fair perspectives. Let's dive into a little bit of what it will do, though, right? What we know for a fact is that it's going to remove 280E, which is blocking, and it has blocked cannabis brands all in the nation from writing off or declaring as a business expense payroll, rent, and marketing. Those are huge right there. They had to treat those as profit. So that, and people are the most expensive thing in business. So with 280 being removed, now all of a sudden, all of those employee wages you were paying, the marketing you were paying, and then what other, the other one I said, that now can be looked at as an expense. That is going to save them tremendous amount of money, projected millions for per dispensary type energy, depending on the size, millions, so billions across the nation, right? 280E right there. Wow. Mario out here, 280 only removed for medical and FDA approved products. Rec gets none of those benefits. Ooh, love that. Thank you for breaking that down. I wonder, will we see medical marijuana resurgence? If I'm a dispensary, and I can speak about Arizona. We have medical marijuana out here, and when we went rec, our medical marijuana program fucking just sunk. It sunk. I would figure out, if that's the case, I would figure out how to transition my business over to medical, and I'd be like, yo, we gotta get these medical cards lowered. I don't know. Interesting, man. Thank you for that information. PK said multiple states are trying to pass limits on concentrates and flowers, right? Like caps. That was one of the things that we talked about like 5 years ago, was will we eventually see, like in Amsterdam? If I'm not mistaken, it's Amsterdam's that I saw the first place that had a THC cap, right? In the cafes. I was like, what? So that, I mean, imagine that. How the fuck you capping THC like that? I didn't even know that could be done. Just kill off strains and shit? Fuck. All that shit would do is just drive it to the legacy market, in my opinion. Oh, Skunky, I heard about that. Isn't that Illinois? Doesn't Illinois have a higher tax or a tax system based on how potent it is? A potency tax, in a sense. They start taxing for percentages, so concentrates will be taxed more. They want to. Okay, so they're trying to. Most are 50% for flower, 25% for concentrates. GA is a 0.3. I mean, GA, we just found out, is horrible. I can't believe Georgia out there. You guys, goddamn. Only oil is crazy. And then it was decriminalized in Atlanta. So shout out to Atlanta on that. But then fucking, I hate giving a shout out to Atlanta. I can't believe I just said that after you guys just fucking did my boys dirty. Crazier and crazier, Mav. I'm telling you, this is a cool time. That's what I like to do, what we're doing here. One, discuss it. Two, I think document what's going down. I think all of these cannabis, all the cannabis entertainment right now, really something that we're going to look back on, and it's going to be what some of the best documentation of legalization of cannabis that probably centuries will look back on and say, you know, woof, what a time to be alive back then, huh? Like, it's one of those times in our history, in my opinion. And I might be gassing it up because I'm a big stoner, but hey, it's $1 billion industry, right? It's not like this is small potatoes. This is fucking affecting the world, right? So it's like, I don't know, pretty big deal over here. Tech, this whole case is going to be thrown out. They got pics of the same cops arresting people working the weed event the very next day. The whole case is going to be thrown out? Hey, that's good news right there. Oh, wrong one. Let's give it the... Thank you! All right, I'm going to roll some weed right now with you guys. Marijuana. Yep, that smells like that motherfucking... Scotty. Damn, been missing smoke. Oh, man, I got to get a new cord for this. If this keeps cutting out, my apologies. Let me think what else. There was something else. Let me go look it up to see, or let me see if they dropped it in this. Oh, another big point, and let's talk about that, is going to be the studies, right? Now they're saying that studies are going to be able to be done, and we've talked about this a lot. Studies are one of my favorite things to look into. So with this now being signed, what studies will we see, right? What studies, how will those studies be done? You know, I'm a person that when I watch Pineapple Express, right? I'm like, I don't want to see nothing like that, right? That's real shit. And if you look and dive into studies that are done in marijuana and you look into like who they studied on, like and how they picked these people out, it's so random. And sometimes like and this is why I say, I wonder what shit would be like without the internet. Bro, they used to pull coke heads up in these motherfuckers for studies. Look it up. Motherfuckers that admit, yeah, I'm fucking doing rails. Like, all right, come on. What the fuck? There'd be studies that they would be like, all right, look, you can either take $100 or you can take more of the product, right? And the product would be like a joint. I'm thinking to myself, you're giving someone the option of $100 or a joint that you're providing? People are going to take the $100 and say thank you and then go roll their own shit up or take that and go get some better shit. That's going to affect your study. So all that shit, I like to dive into studies, man. I think it's one of those things where for centuries, these studies that they're doing right now are going to affect so many people across our nation. Mario said, black market don't give a fuck. You're right. And you know what? I'm a little disappointed in the black market, in the legacy market a little bit, right? I'm going to tell you why. You can't tell me you can't go get tested. You can't tell me you can't go get your flower tested now. It's just kind of one of those things. Like, look, man, take that extra fucking step now. And any cannabis in the world that's being sold, I do believe there should be numbers that are you can look into with it. I think that is just standard. I think that a lot of exposure would happen in the legacy market if that was a thing. And I'm not talking about the top brands out there. When I say for the top brands, because I'd even like to see them do it, I would like to see the numbers on what I consider the best weed in the world. Like when I smoke something and it fucking absolutely knocks me out my motherfucking mind, I'm genuinely curious. What were the stats on this bitch? Because it's almost like, how can we ever get to this level if we don't ever know what the level is, man? Like, this shit is powerful. Mario said that'd be very expensive. I mean, they cut costs on so many other ways, though, that I can't hear that excuse, right? If you're in the legacy market, you are avoiding so many other costs in that game that, like, and there's, hey, look at risk reward. I'm not saying you're not putting up risk, but I am saying you can't come at me anymore and say that you can't put up 350 and get a test. Stop. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. Let me roll this week. Tech said there's only so many testing facilities and half of them are crooked. I agree with you, right? And I wonder if there was more support from the communities getting their products tested. Would we find the gems in the mix of corruption, right? Like, I'm not saying that they have to go out there and compete, but I do think that there would probably be an honest company that you can find. And I think that would improve, I think it would improve things. $3.50 per batch, though. Yeah, I know. I still would like it. I still think it's lazy not to do it. Especially, I mean, look at when we're talking about some of these guys selling it for $1,000, for the ounce, $1,500 for the ounce, or what was it, $300 for the 7, whatever, right? Yeah, I think that I would like to see the numbers, and obviously, it doesn't stop me, right? I'm just saying I would like to see that. You run a 10 strain menu, and that's big money. 30. If you're running a 10, but look, man, cost of business is cost of business. At the end of the day, if you're saying that the $350 isn't going to be covered within the profits of you dropping a strain, that is hard for me to believe. That's just hard for me to believe. So I get it. Yeah, it's going to add up and whatnot. But yeah, but who even knows what that might do for your brand? Like we're not really seeing it. But what if like a fucking brand really did it and then they could provide it? We're not seeing it. I wish we could see it in there. 7C's, very important to test batch to batch. So many variables to not test your product if you care about the people you provide product. Mario saying, is that true? Does the market even really care, right? No, I don't. I mean, obviously, when I talk about this, I get a lot of the same comments, kind of like, nah, like that ain't it, right? It's kind of like anti, like, what are you talking about? And that's cool. I get it. But just as a consumer myself, with the ability, with the desires that I got, yeah, like I do believe one day I'm eventually going to go and get, like if I plan on bringing a genetic into Arizona from the hype world, I thought about it the other day. I think it would be in my best interest to grab some and go get it tested. You know, just to be able, because I'm curious myself. And I do think in the very long run, when I think it would be nice to be able to test all cannabis and just know and have like, what is the shit that is fucking smoking? Like, what is it testing at? Does it have a low THC that a lot of people out there say happens with the best chronic in the fucking world? The THC doesn't matter? Cool, let me see this. Let me see it. I don't want to hear about it anymore, right? Let me fucking review it. That's kind of my energy with it. Vouchy said, it'll spread regardless. Bill Johnson, my hat is off to all you recreational cannabis stores for going through all these hoops and ladders. Lots of them, right? Tech said, plus we already know the testing is not for the best quality plant because most of the times organics cannot pass a test. Interesting. Mario, also consider the legality. A trapper establishing a paper trail. Nah. I understand that. I think that I would be able to do it. I'm putting myself in their shoes. I think I would be able to do it by not me going in there and doing it, right? Obviously, I'm not putting my motherfucking name and this, that, and the other and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it can be done. Like, I could have a no-tie situation relationship with someone that goes in there and gets the testing for me, right? And, you know, and they can just say, look, yeah, I'm just curious as a consumer. I bought this weed. I'm kind of curious. I have no relationship with this shit. I'm just curious. Because that's what I'm going to do eventually. I'm going to go in there and test weed that I go out there and buy. No relation to it. I'm just curious. The links, they test for the wrong shit too. Like the yeast limits are crazy low. And if you breathe on your plant, it can fail testing for yeast. When it's literally on everything, right? We have that issue, links, aspergillus here in Arizona, where we have seen pretty much all of the recalls have something to do with aspergillus here in Arizona, where you look it up and that's just like, you know, basically being exposed to air too much. And then Mario and everyone else too, that, you know, if you think about it, like, what if in that situation, maybe you can help testing build onto a better base. Like, there are things that we've discussed here that we recognize isn't a part of testing currently. So what if we went to like an independent test lab and all of a sudden they're getting the financing to invest in testing what we are interested in? You know, like, it's all about building it. If, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm ranting too long, but marijuana. Organics done properly can easily pass testing. We do both synorganic and organic batches. We grow 4,000 pounds per month, all tested. Wow. Holy shit. Welcome in, man. Appreciate you popping in. What is your opinion and what is your take on this news? You are heavy in it. 4,000 pounds a month. Congratulations for you. You are driving out there. So, you know, big news for you today, right? Like, where are you? You know, obviously, you know, I don't know how much you want to type out. I can drop here the link if you don't mind popping in. I'd love to hear somebody that is in your position. That's like now, like, oh shit, you know, like, what does this mean for us? So very, very much so appreciate you popping in. Everyone popping in and discussing this big deal today. And I agree with too, organic. Obviously in Arizona, we have two companies. Shout out to Abundant Organics, who is a living soil out in Arizona, crushing it. And then there's Verdant, who's also living soil and no-till, meaning they continue to go batch per batch in the same soil. And they're dropping marijuanas on a regular. So it can be done. You know, obviously that's Arizona testing. I don't know if there's different testings where you're referencing, but it can be done out here. Tech, screaming synthetics is the best is so hilarious to me because that's not true in any other thing in the world. I know it's kind of perspective, I think, Tech. You know, it's one of those things. And I'll just tell you where, for me, that hits for home, right? I remember the first time I had an organic green bean. I was not about it, right? I am so used to a processed green bean now that when I had an organically, naturally grown green bean, I was like, what the fuck is this? It was like completely opposite. It was crazy. So what I mean by that is I think that people have an acquired taste at some point for what they're just accustomed to. I think plays a part. So awesome. Smoking it doesn't tell you if it came from the state med market or the black market. You're right, 100%. Unless I'll tell you what. I have the best weed I've ever smoked in my life has never came from a licensed facility yet. Okay, and I've smoked really amazing weed from license. I'm putting out, I feel like, amazing weed, but the best weed I've ever smoked in my life hasn't yet come from a licensed facility. So I guess where my point with that would be is that I can sometimes tell. Tech says his body reacts differently, and that's another thing. So many different body chemistries and whatnot. Damn, I need to roll this weed. My bad. 7C's preparing next for import-export. We feel that's next for America. Import-export will be legal before Trump. Holy shit, dude. That's a huge fucking statement. Holy shit. Canada's cooking with it right now, right? Canada is exporting marijuana across the world, booming, from what I hear. Oh, man. There's a brand out here, shout out to Lunchbox, who did some political work a couple years ago and made sure that Arizona, when it does become available for e-com or interstate, Arizona will be right there with it. There's like 5 states that are already have the legalization for e-com interstate sales. Arizona's one of them. I think it's like obviously California, Oregon, Washington, Denver, New York. There's like a handful of them. I was like, right on. This morning came from Inside Information. Trump hates seeing Canada thrive in a market. Oh, shit. Damn. Look at, man. Oh, shit. Wow, man, what a wild time. And Jen, again, like, I know we're just over here shooting the shit. This is speculation. These are what we're hearing. This is our perspective. But I appreciate you guys popping in today on the Morning Wood, a historic day today after 55 years of cannabis wrongfully being scheduled as a harmful drug, Schedule 1, fucking bullshit for 55 years for this cannabis plant. It has just been rescheduled to a 3. It's progression. We still want to see a deschedule out there, but we are happy to see at least some progression here and some acknowledgement by the fucking federal government that there's medical benefits. Now they're going to be able to provide medical benefits, medical research, and all types of things. This is a plus. This is benefits. A lot of people I know are saying, but look, man, like, we ain't ever seen, fire pharmaceuticals, I guess. They're saying, like, this is all bad, but I don't know. I don't see it like that. It's been illegal for a long time. I just don't ever think, for me, I don't ever have a worry that we're going to lose our most passionate, that's a hard statement, our most passionate growers and breeders out there. I don't know, man, but you have heard that some of them have retired, so I don't know. All right. That's like saying because that's like saying because you don't know how to build a house, nobody knows how to build a house. What were we saying, Tech? Bill said, not every, bring up the fact that synthetic chelation contains ETDA, which causes Down syndrome in food and cancer. Damn. Oh, shit. Actually, I have kind of caught a couple articles, I feel like, or at least the article, what you're saying isn't like, not landing with me. I do kind of recall something about that, right? Like how there's been some now studies about, what they're providing us in this food is leading to, large health issues out there. Tech said that's like trying to say the difference between a McDonald's burger and the really came from a cow. Get the fuck out of here. Awesome. Says, ask Adam and Paul, the ones who actually run the shows, geniuses. Oh, shit. What are we guys talking about? What are we arguing about? If you're going to talk about salts, take your hat off and talk nice, please. I like just talking about weed, man. I literally support organic weed. I'm smoking OGCM right now, my guy. I root for organic, right? Because I think organic can hit, and I think organic has, like, you know, they're like the underdog, you know? It's, again, what we talked about earlier. Like, people have just been so used to one way for so long that, like, it tastes different, right? It just tastes a little different. So because of that, it's going to be an acquired taste right now. And then sometimes that shit can just straight blow your mind, though. I do think it can be like one of those, like, holy shit, what the fuck? I thought it was wild when Blackleaf Lance was talking about how he only had a few. Like, damn, he got me wondering. I need to start keeping a list. I felt like that Gary was hitting yesterday from OGCM. What metric levels can you test to see if the flower is organic? I mean, honestly, based on what I know about you, 7Cs, I would be leaning on you for that information. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you popping in here. We got a fucking 4,000 pounds a month that is no joke. There's a lot of fucking weed. Are you selling it all? Right? Let's talk about that. Are you selling it all? Like, how much of that marijuana do you sell a month? I'm finding out that is that's that motherfucker. In Arizona, we've had these big ass facilities open up and then shut down, like 75% of them, because they just, what are you gonna do with all that weed? Where are you at? What state you in, 7Cs? 7Cs, huh? Maybe I should know that. I'm sorry. I'm not really like, never claim to be intelligent. I actually claim the opposite. I just love weed and shit like that. So if 7Cs is like symbolic for somewhere out there, my bad. Where you at? Bill Johnson, makes me wonder if Cookie's burner got cancer from smoking EDTA. Interesting. Burn Dog. 7C, there's no current test or way to determine if product was grown organically unless you know exact inputs being put in. Keep in mind there's no metric value or way to determine flower is organic. So right now, people could just be out there pump faking like a motherfucker. They could just be pump faking the situation and be like, oh, organic. But a connoisseur would know, right? You think that, I think this might have been what you guys are talking about, maybe arguing about tech and you guys might have been arguing about this, like being able to tell the difference. Who was that? Let me scroll up. I'm gonna see how put some respect on the name. You guys in here spending your time with me right now. Who's going back and forth with you? Fuck. I forgot it. Let's smoke some weed though, right? Let's smoke some weed, marijuana. You know how I like to start my blunt up. What a historic day though. Yeah. All right. Let's light up.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries
Just to smoke some pot.
Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail.
All those nights when you got no
and your little angel
pain.
hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiance didn't show.
Bitch.
Sometimes you
Let's
wanna
go.
go where everybody knows your name.
Hey, shout out to 7 C's, ZOG.
They're always glad you came.
Shout out right now to Good Quality in the building, Bill Johnson.
You can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name.
Welcome, welcome, man. Appreciate you guys kicking it with us here on the Morning Wood every weekday, 10 a.m., where we chop it up about cannabis, right? Internationally, nationally, and if you got something going on locally, let me know. Test the bricks levels would probably be able to tell the difference. I've definitely heard about that. Keeping a buck. She's gonna leave me hanging. She's gonna leave me hanging, Damn. It will not trade the great. It will not. We saw a post out there from High Times Magazine announcing the reschedule and saying like, yo, this doesn't release the prisoners, free the weed. So no, it does not do that. Does that mean you're against it? Or does that mean you're still like, I still think that it's still progression in some way. It'll probably, we say that back and forth, right? For medical, it's for medical on the 280E. I don't know. I do not know. It could just stay the same, right? For consumers, it could just stay the same. Oh, shit. Yeah, shout out to the growers out there. What you growing? I'm going to have plants in here soon. Jaden saying 2 steps back, 1 step forward. Type shit. All right. I appreciate the perspective, man. This is an open chat here. All perspectives. You have lived your experiences, right? So it's like, that's why I like to get together. Let's chop it up. One of us is right. You know what I'm saying? One of us is going to be right in this bitch. Let's go. We'll find out in a few years. Well, what strain, SirHIGh? I don't know yet. That's my problem. That's the issue that I'm having. I need to reach out to my fellow growers out there in Arizona and be like, what do you got? What do you got for me? The Link's got some double Durban by 2020. Some double limes. Oh, shit. Fucking Bill Johnson, Skywalker OG, Baker's Delight. Ryan Federer says he's got that Ridge line, that Lance fire. Lance is smoking. I'd like to get some Lance, I think, in AZ. It's going to make cultivators outlaws again. That's it. But we knew what it was when we jumped in the game. Interesting. Man, there's a lot of worst case scenarios being pitched in the chat. All right, there's that in my opinion, that's like a worst case scenario, my man. Like, I just don't know. And look, I'm with you on that. There's a potential, right? Like we can't we don't know. But that's the worst case scenario, is that they come in and shut it down, and that they lock it up, and that they don't let anybody outside of medical. But it's like, no. We have recreational weed, though. I don't see them shutting down recreational weed. Do I see them maybe fucking doing something with medical then? Yeah. But the rec, that's still there. And who knows? Like, who knows, man? I don't know. What if this... I don't know. I think to myself, what if this provides opportunity for some of the people that are most passionate about cannabis to get into it in a medical field now? All of a sudden, you can go help patients all across the nation, right? But every time I feel like, well, this is such a fucking like a Neanderthal hope and shit like that, because we've never seen the government reach out to, or have we? I don't know, maybe. But reach out to like the most passionate individuals that are there for quality and whoop whoop whoop. It's all, you know, numbers. Will we start seeing some of our best breeders? Ooh, this is a controversy. Hot take. You ready for this one? Will we start seeing some of our nation's best breeders start getting taken out? Right? We see it happening with the scientists. All of a sudden, there's fucking a dozen scientists that has gone up and just said, hey, it's time to go. That's interesting. What if they say, man, we got to start taking out some of these fucking dudes that are just dudettes, dudes and dudettes that are out here just absolutely crushing it. If we want to be on top, we got to just eliminate the top. Right? Uh-oh. They do health checks. Forced games out here. Yeah, but it's possible these clowns talk so much shit because they have never actually smoked some fire organics. Get a better plug. That's always my favorite reply to whenever someone is saying, oh, you don't smoke good shit, right? I'm like, well, let's link up. Show me what you're smoking. I would love for you to show me better weed. Like, why is that a negative? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that's what you're saying, like out there, right? Like, go and get it. And that's where I'm at out there. Let's smoke. Awesome said, organic, you can still get fire, but it's a lot harder to do because you get the grower are given control to the microbiome and the soil. So it's those hands, not your hands. You know what I mean? It's like you're saying it's that soil and shit like that, right? Bill Johnson, King Louis times Blood Cherry, that Crockett Family Farms. I've heard Crockett Family Farms before, for sure. That's what I'm saying, good quality. I've never, ever taken disrespect by someone saying they have better weed than me. Because I'm just like, nice. What? Where is it? Like, isn't this what we're about here? Well, let's link. But then they don't, right? And then I have an opportunity to be like, roll something up. I'll roll it up and I'll say, look, it's smoke this. If you ever find anything like this, hit me. God damn, fool. Oh, man, I've probably had, I can't even count how many times someone thought they had fire. We met up, and what they had was not fire, right? These days, it's become a little bit easier to tell because everything is branded. So just like I have marijuana is not really a thing. You know, does that make sense? Like, I just got weed. No. It's always now I've got this strain. This person grew it. You know what I'm saying? It's never like, yeah, I got some weed. Oh, we're just smoking weed? Morrow said, also a clown if you think you got better connections. Bill Johnson says, blueberry yum yum. Blicky says, small scale organic in small pots is where you can get a consistent dry backs and crop steer, more like a rock wool. Man, speaking from experience out there. Cloud Mav out there said, blue Zangria sounds fire. Mav, what are the strains? Cloud Mav is out there in Ireland, right? Doing her thing, living life in the old fucking cobblestone roaded castles everywhere. Like you see like 8 castles a day, huh? That's crazy. 8 castles. Text said, I just smoked like peaches strains and it was good, but it wasn't something I was like gonna go tell everybody about. The point of the study is to figure out if Trump can study these nuts. Got him.
That's science.
Woo. Shout out to OGCM out there, Florida. Organic. Smoking on this Scotch Bonnet. I'm going to make a template for me. The next time we do a side-by-side, I'm going to have a template. I felt on the last side-by-side, I let emotion talk. I have to have something to, if it ain't written, it ain't real. There's always been something I've gone by. So I'm going to do some side-by-sides. I'm going to get an official fucking paperwork, though. Let's go. Are we seeing any? So the next time these guys are going live, I'm picking up that is fucking Saturday. Like these guys are straight chilling right now. I don't think they're chilling. I think they're getting their event ready. First event that they've ever done. Shout out to Proper Doinks. You can get out there this Saturday. I think they still have tickets available. If I'm not mistaken, the only tickets available now are the like spectator tickets. Damn, it's gonna be interesting growing with you guys. So I'm gonna put together these tents. All right, not that I'm gonna put them together. I'm gonna fucking light them up, and you guys are gonna be interesting. To be growing weed with you guys is gonna be fun. I can already tell. You guys, because I mean, there's a lot of growers in this network, so you guys can be judging my plants. I go and get my tested too, by the way. I don't know if you should I pull up my old test? I gotta dive in and find it. I don't got time right now, but I did test my marijuana, right? I was curious how I did. And now I know that the terp percentage will tell me how I did. How well did I do? So, okay. Hey, marijuana to everybody, though. Appreciate you guys popping in here, kicking it. It's always an open discussion. Everyone is invited. We kick off every weekday, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's because I'm out here in Arizona. Let's go. Shout out to the sponsors of this morning wood, HGV. I'm getting ready to use their nutrients and grow some fucking fire. I'm going to grow some fire, right? We'll find out. I don't know if I'm going to grow some fire. I'm going to try. Smackers, though. Get out there and try some Smackers if you're ever in Arizona. And pull up to the High Lounge. If you're ever in Arizona, we got a cannabis lounge out here called the High Lounge, powered by the Flower Shop. And I'd love to smoke with you. Sit down and chop it up. So open invite in Arizona. Anytime you pull up, let me know. Thank you guys for being a part of the Morning Wood. This is our show. It's a community show. We get together and we discuss what the fuck is going on with cannabis. Wild times right now. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Smoke weed and enjoy it because that's what it's about. Woo! My friends. That's right. April 23rd, 2026. A day we will remember. Marijuana.
What the fuck?